Hey everybody, we are back live at the annual Spiritual and Metaphysical Fair in Sacred Valley, Drumheller. And right now we are going to interview a very interesting artisan. And I just want to flip the camera around here real quick so I can give you guys the full scope of the person we're about to talk to. Her name is Terry Mack. She's from Peaceful Spirit Flutes, Native American style flutes. And some of her work here is just absolutely beautiful. And if you've heard the lyrical sounds in the backgrounds of some of my interviews, that is her doing this live and showing these wonderful, wonderful woodwinds off. And these are absolutely phenomenal. And just the craftsmanship that's gone into them is just breathtaking. And I'm going to flip it around here and we're going to talk to Terry about how long she's been doing this and what got her interested. So, Terry, just let me turn this around. My camera didn't cooperate with me there.
Okay.
Terry, thank you so much for joining us. So I guess right off the start, oh, there's Sonia. We're just gonna hold on for 1 second. Sonia, I'm gonna do that out on the vignette. So Terry, how long have you been doing this, and what got you interested in making these beautiful woodwinds?
I'm going to clarify. I will make them. Okay, I buy them from makers because I like my fingers to stay safe. Sharp tools.
I tend to cut myself a lot too, so that's
Yeah, the makers that I get this. So it was an accidental start. My husband heard me play a penny whistle. I never played an instrument. This was when I was about 52, and we were watching Stargate. We were science fiction geeks, and so we were watching Stargate. I had a penny whistle sitting on the table. I hadn't played it. It was my kids. Picked it up and I played the theme song to Stargate just off the bat. And he looked at me and said, "How did you do that?" And I said, "Well, I can hear it." So he started buying me flutes, but he bought me a shakuhachi, very hard to play. And then he bought me a flute that was 4 feet tall, also very hard to play. And I'd heard Native American style flute music, and I said to him, "If you can find a flute," and this was back in 2005, they weren't so readily available. "If you can find a flute for me that is a Native American style flute. That's what you can get me for Christmas. Otherwise, don't buy me any more flutes." So he bought me the flute that came into the house. He had a dream about playing it himself. So then I got it Christmas morning, which was super cool, and was just an instant connection to it. It was amazing. And so then he bought me another one for my birthday. And at the time, we were living in the 901 Vancouver Island, and everywhere we went, people said, "What are those things?" And I get them. So he's a serial entrepreneur and does wonderful work, but he started to research makers. He said to me, "You should sell these flutes." And I said, "What are you, nuts? I don't know anything about them. I'm just learning to play them." So within 6 months, I had a business called Peaceful Spirit Flutes because he'd found me two suppliers and a show to get into. So I started connecting people to flutes from that moment, even when I knew nothing about it. But I learned as I went.
That's amazing. And I love that you came at this from a place of authentic love for something. Like you just had the natural ability. I love that I even know what a penny whistle is because a lot of people don't now. Right. And the fact that you came just from that inspiration into something like this. We actually were here last year and it was absolutely amazing to hear you play. And yesterday you did your presentation. What was it that you were talking about there? And
I talk about what creativity is in people's lives, like how we're much more creative than we think. But because the Western world, we've become spectators. We listen to music, we look at other people's art. We don't try things ourselves anymore because our voices have been silenced. And this is what I've learned on this journey. The flutes taught me more about listening than anything else in my life. And I'm learning to listen to my own voice, and I'm listening to other people and hearing that they want to do things. And so I'm trying to encourage people about trying things through my own journey into the flutes because that's how it happened for me. Nobody taught me to play these. Do have a natural gift with them, but nobody taught me anything about them. It was 8 months before I saw another person who could play the flute. I went to a flute play shop in Washington and said, "Oh, this is cool. I get to, learn more about the flutes." But the flute teacher at that point, we're all introducing ourselves, and I said, "Well, I'm a beginner." And at the end of the workshop, he said, "Terry, you've never been a beginner." So I think I must have been a flute player in past lives, and it just came out this time.
that is absolutely awesome. Now, if they're not in the area, where can people find you? And I love my moderators. My moderator actually just threw your website up on the screen here. Um, So if you guys can't see it, if you're listening to this on audio, where can people find your products and services?
Okay, well, the website is peacefulspiritflutes.com. I'm in Spruce Grove, Alberta, so just a little bit west of Edmonton.
Okay.
And I do not sell from my website. If anybody wants to talk to me about a flute, they have to call me, and I set up a Zoom call so that I can learn more about you and what your needs are as a customer. Because I have had so many people come to markets. I've sold over 1,800 of these things.
Okay.
So I've had so many people come to me in markets saying, I bought this flute online or I bought it from a maker and I can't play it and it's too big for their hands.
Yeah.
Or they don't understand how to do things. So when people buy something from me, you get 1 hour of lessons, you get a flute bag, you get my teaching booklet, it's a maker supply teaching booklet, you get that as well. And the 1 hour of lessons I really encourage people to take because I'm teaching you what you need to know to get good sound.
I love that because a lot of people do just sell a product and you're out the door and away you go and hope you figure it out kind of thing. I love that you're adding some of yourself to each one of your sales. And if I could impose, would you be able to play something for their listeners?
Sure.
Because I think these things have the most amazing lyrical sound. Like it's just soothing every time you start playing. I can feel it over there. Like we're way over there, and I can every time you come up, it's just like, oh.
So what I tell people about the flutes is you have the energy of the tree, okay? And then you have the energy of the maker. And I only deal with good makers. Like I know a few that are conspiracy theorists, and I don't want that energy. Nothing against them, but I just don't want that. And then you, with your good intention, whether you're stumble fingered or just learning, that good intention and all of this stuff starts to form into the connection to the sound. And so this is one of my flutes. This one's not for sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was getting a little. Yeah, I got to keep interviewing here. I do want to thank you, Terry. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I absolutely love your products, and I love that you do put so much of yourself into this. It's the authentic place of creation, and I'm on the whole frequency is healing, and I think what you're doing is one of those frequencies out in our environment that is absolutely essential because it is, well, you just saw it. It instantly soothed me, and I have ADHD, so to calm me down is something, but those lyrical notes that come out of these products, I love everything about it.
Um, I will say one last thing is I believe that these flutes are calling people together in peace and harmony. And on my own flutes, I have a series of flutes with peace signs on it.
I absolutely love that.
And so, but I do that. I believe that they're calling people together in peace and harmony. I don't market these things really. People find me because I'm one of the few people in Canada that you can see this range of flutes.
I, I've I've been to several shows and I've never seen somebody with a display like this. So absolutely, I'm going to throw this up here one more time. Please reach out to Terry Mack because the everybody has some type of miracle musical ability in them. I truly believe that, and these these are the tones and docile melodies that needs to be brought into our reality. So thank you again, Terry, for your time, and I love your product.
I appreciate this a lot.
I gonna try to get out of this. Hold on one second. My phone's giving me a hard time. It's been that weekend. So I will be back shortly with another interview, guys. Thank you so much. Keep tuning in. Jason, you are amazing as a moderator. Brother, you have brought up everything I've needed this weekend. So thank you so much, buddy. And we'll see about Spingy getting you something out in the mail too. All right. Okay. Check you guys later.
If you want to take this or a business card, feel free.
I